Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Senior Day here at Norwood High School for today's TBL matchup between the visiting Panthers of Holliston and your Norwood Mustangs. We would like to start today by congratulating the seniors on the Holliston lacrosse team. And at this time, we would like to recognize the senior members of this year's Norwood High School lacrosse team, along with their parents and family members. To the parents and guardians of these young men, we thank you for your time and guidance that you have provided to them over these many years. And now it is my privilege to introduce this year's senior players. Number 32, Captain Thomas Lynch, and his parents Steve and Leslie. Number 22, Captain Ronan Ryan, with his parents Paul and Sue, with his brothers Ben and Sean. Number 42, T.J. Wyman, with his parents Sean and Stephanie, and his sister Jane. Number 3, Tyler Sakala, his father Dutch, and his grandparents Chuck and Linda. And last, but by no means least, number 5, Liam Mannering, his parents Bob and Wendy. Please join us once again in congratulating this year's seniors from Holliston and from Norwood.
Hello, folks, and welcome to Murray Field. I'm Joe Panola alongside Mark Hoover. Mark, senior day here at Norwood, and the Mustangs take on a very familiar foe as they play the Holliston Panthers.
They certainly do, Joe. nice that the rain has stopped. It was raining for most of the day, where it's overcast, but no rain right now, which is great. But you're right. Yeah, this is a squad that they faced earlier in the year. It was interesting because Holliston at that time had come into the season 0-4. They dropped their first 4. Then they took on the Mustangs, managed to beat them. I don't want to say easily, but the score was a little lopsided Holliston's favor, and they have since then gone 6-3. So this is a formidable, foe here for the Mustangs. Norwood comes in, as we know, at 3-7 with a nice win yesterday, or Tuesday rather, against Dedham, 18-8. It is kind of interesting. We had 2 years of Deadwood, which, again, in my mind, is one of the greatest names for
I think if you ask any kid that played for the program, they'd agree with you on that.
That's right. We just needed the tie-dye T-shirts, and we would have been all set for that squad. But, so a nice win, for Coach Luckhead here, his first year. Coach Mulvaney over on Holliston entering his 7th year for, his squad. Big matchup. I mean, I think this is a good one here for the Mustangs to see if they can ride a little bit of the momentum from earlier this week on a big win over Dedham. Again, Holliston looking to kind of continue their winning way since early in the season. And so a test here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and Norwood's win the other day on Tuesday, as Mark mentioned, a big one over Dedham. They won by 10 goals, and it snapped a 4-game losing streak. So potentially that's something that Norwood helps to right the ship on. They haven't lost more than 4 in a row this season under first-year head coach Lockhead. So Holliston is the team that is more in the playoff picture right now. They're ranked number 16 in D3, so assuming that the wheels don't completely fall off, they should be in a pretty good position. Norwood's got an uphill battle right now. They're number 39 in D2. They have 3 road games following this. Never say never. They can certainly pull off some big wins, but it's got to start here right now against, as we mentioned, a TVL opponent they've played many times.
It really does, and I think setting that tone early on here, for the Mustangs, it's encouraging now that this town has got enough players such that they're able to pick up their own squad, that they don't have to combine with another town, and hopefully you can build off of that. I know that Holliston has a very strong youth program, and they are able to run a varsity and a JV squad. I think they brought both of them with him here today, so we'll try to get...
They've got some big numbers. You look over at the side of their way.
Exactly right. And we saw here on senior that even, unfortunately, we saw Liam Mannering come out with his folks, and he's in street clothes with what appears to be some sort of knee injury, so they're down there at that other midi. So short changed here for the Mustangs as they start off early here on the far side.
Yeah, a little bit
as
of a tussle
there. Battles on the far corner. I think he's able to come away with it, but he's kind of pinched in that far corner, really nowhere to go.
Yeah, Holliston has been very good on their face-offs, so that's something that's going to be interesting to watch today. They really took it to Norwood in the first bit of the game they played against them last time, and it's Ethan Anastasia, a freshman for them, who's one of the guys that really gets them going from the X.
So Lucas on the long six, able to kind of corral that ball up, brings it across, and then he'll get the sub out here. As Haynes steps up top for the Panthers, and they'll get the things set as they start to work the perimeter. O'Neill looks to get it down low.
Oh, good chance there in front, almost connected. One of Norwood's senior players is Tyler Sokola, who's their goalie today. Tyler had a big assist for Norwood's first goal in the last game against Holliston. It was a long pass over the middle that he found a player streaking there. So maybe Norwood could turn that into some fast break points. They scored with a man down over in Holliston back in late April to get their scoring going.
Nice look there in the middle, but great check defensively for the Mustangs as they're able to come away with this side as Lynch brings it over, and then he'll drop quickly back as the Mustangs will set up offensively here. Just underway, 10 minutes left in the first.
Oh, I like that. A good look for the net, and that was 22 Ronan Ryan taking his shot, looking left, looking right, deciding the best option is right in front of him.
A lot of the times, too, they say it's a lot like hockey, shots on net. So the more you can kind of set some traffic up in front, and there's low shots here, trying to get some stuff here on McLeod, the senior goalie for Holliston. He's
been good for them, and he brings some experience to a young team. Even some of Holliston's top players. We're going to talk a lot about Jack McElligott today. Also Jack Underwood, so a couple of Jacks who are juniors who are important pieces for them. But he's a senior on a team that only has one captain, I believe.
Yeah.
Number 28, David Villa, is the captain for them there.
Terrific look there. Just missed. But it's funny you mentioned that McLeod just makes the nice low save early on, and the Holliston is able to transfer real quick.
There is a rip.
McGilligan, he was not about to be denied on taking that shot, and it whistles wide. It's Sakala just kind of like let that one go by the wayside, but Holliston will pick it up here with just under 9 left now here in the first quarter.
Another drive. Tell you got to be brave to be a goalie in boys lacrosse. Give credit to Sakala and Tommy Lynch there, who almost was just standing, not quite knowing what to do on the last shot by McGilligan just moments ago.
It is something that I don't know if they have something missing upstairs, but I don't understand it.
Beautiful shot.
Nice low shot there, exactly.
That's Lucas Haynes.
Haynes, the senior, is able to not the first one there for the Panthers at 8:46.
Yeah, it's a deep team for Holliston. You see Haynes scores, and he goes off right away with Alex Roby and McGilligan. They get a couple other players on. From watching a little bit of the Holliston games, it's not like you can pinpoint the same guys and just assume that they're going to be in here for the whole time. They have a deep bench, but Coach Mulvaney uses it, and especially with a lot of the JV guys here, I think we're going to be seeing them throughout this game.
Well, again, it's kind of interesting. If you look across the far side there, he's already got at least 4 or 5 guys that are right there near the box, ready to come in almost at a moment's notice. So Holliston grabs that first early lead, and they're looking to capitalize here at 8:40 left in the first.
I tell you, Anastasia is such a weapon for them on the draws. In their game against Dedham, he won 22 of 23 face-offs. So that's a weapon right away that you're always controlling the pace. And I think he's a freshman, so something that's going to be a really important piece for them down the line.
Yeah, you mentioned that, Joe. This is a very deep team, but it's also a fairly young team. I know there are maybe a handful of seniors on it, but they have a couple freshmen that are starting, up here. And again, their JV is stacked with a ton of freshmen and sophomores. So it bodes well for this program. Mustangs, as we know, we've got, I think we had 5 seniors today, so losing a little bit of punch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're always going to lose some seniors, cycle in and out, but really kind of a rebuilding year after, I guess, restart year.
Yes.
After the program
exactly right.
through Deadwood kind of took a break, and Coach Lockhead is at the forefront of it. He's kind of doing it on 2 fronts because soccer has struggled as well, and he's kind of spearheading that program. I tell you, there's a lot on Coach Lockhead's plate.
Yeah.
Former Walpole players, so nice to see him wearing some Norwood blue. But he's been tasked with a lot, and he's got the right persona to pull it off.
Nice little work there, boy. That was a terrific 1, 2, 3. That's a big goal right there.
It's Matthew Kickless, I think, that gets through. James Norton had the primary assist.
Yeah, that was terrific. There really was no hesitation whatsoever. It was a one pass, and then without even hesitating, right back to Kickless, and Matthew was able to bury that one up in the upper corner.
So Norwood is right
response.
in this game, Mark. I tell you, we came into this. You look at this on paper, and it seems like Holliston's just going to turn this into a lapper. But on senior day, Norwood is really kind of putting some fight to them early. And the deeper this game gets, you got to believe this Norwood team is going to say, maybe we can make some noise late in the season.
It was certainly a great response there by the Mustangs.
Oh, nice scoop there from number 12, is that? Yeah.
O'Neill. Yep. Yeah, and that's going to be hard part, too, is those loose balls, getting the ground balls, and then quickly respond is Alex Roby, the sophomore.
Yeah, big answer from Roby is he doesn't leave much time. About 20 seconds maybe after Norwood scores the goal, Holliston is right back at it. So credit to Roby, who was able to find some good space there and get open for a clean shot.
Yeah, we started off here at 12-minute quarters, and things were kind of quiet, a little bit back and forth, and then within the last minute or so, we've got 3 goals combined. So that feeling out period is quickly diminished.
Well, that's the thing you get with lacrosse. It's a lot of quick scoring throughout the pace of the game. And it has a lot of similarities to hockey. People who haven't watched it a whole lot, including myself a couple of years ago, kind of expected, all right, maybe we're going to get a couple goals here and there as a flag flies.
I think my Mustangs will get a penalty here, be going a man down as soon as they get possession. So Holliston grabs the extra attacker, and they'll start to move around there and see what the call is.
But yeah, you go down by a couple goals in lacrosse, it doesn't mean you're necessarily dead in the water, the same way a hockey team might start playing very defensively and protect a 2 or 3 goal lead.
Exactly right. Yeah, this game can kind of, really go in spurts, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could find yourself down 2, and then within minutes, you can find yourself either tied or up ahead.
Right.
Again, you look at someone like that Ethan Anastasius, who just is, I think thus far, he's perfect so far today on face-offs, can make all the difference, right? If you've got a great guy there face-off at center. Oh, it's a nice rip.
Second goal of the game from Haynes. That
yep.
was
Wow.
a laser. And yeah, some teams, Mark, will just kind of bring in a guy just to play that role.
Yep.
Just winning the faceoff. That's your job. It gets very specialized. But and Norwood had that. I forget who it was. It was one of the Dedham kids a couple years ago.
That's
who
right.
Was basically, that was his job. And Norwood was very successful with it. Won a playoff game Deadwood, I guess. Won a playoff game using that strategy. So we're going to see this year, and I guess Holliston's developing Anastasius from an early going here.
Yeah, I kind of feel I'm trying to figure out who's taking the face-offs there for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it looks like they've got Chase Chastanet there,
yep.
who's a freshman going up against that too.
Freshman on freshman here, so what are they? See if they're checking his stick or something.
Yeah, tall task. So
yeah.
Not only is he going up against Chastanet is going up against someone who wins draws,
yep.
and that's his job, but he's also a freshman doing it. Now the referee thinks he might have a stick that's off. Looks like we're okay there.
Well, if nothing else there for Chase, I mean, it's a great learning experience for him. You're only going to improve your game. Great little heads-up play there. Nice defensively there by Norton. Kind of caught him sleeping a little bit.
James Norton is buzzing a bit today. He got the assist earlier, and that was a little extra oomph on that hit.
Nice little
Drew
individual
O'Neill.
effort there by O'Neill as he picks up one. On something like that, on O'Neill's goal right there, it just, I think defensively the Mustangs have got to put a body on O'Neill as he comes in. I think they just kind of gave him too much space and time to work there, and you get a free shot off like that, and there's not a lot that Sakala's going to be able to do on that. So we're sitting here at 4-1 now as the Holliston has run off 3 straight goals, 6:17 left.
I think in
here
a
the
span of
first.
maybe 2 minutes or so. So I tell you, the game coming in spurts, like you were saying, Mark. And that's the second point for O'Neill, who picked up an assist earlier on, I think that was the Roby goal.
So Forbush will step in now here for the Mustangs at the freshman and center midi, and not surprisingly, Anastasius comes away with it again.
Yeah, Forbush got tangled up with TJ Wyman a bit there. TJ's not quite someone you want to get tangled up with. He is a strong guy.
Big boy, yes.
Chance in front. Anastasius is going to add to his impressive game so far with a goal.
A nice look down there from behind by Tyler Smith to find him in front. So freshman to freshman.
So it's 4 goals for Holliston, and the goals are spread out. Haynes has 2, but it's O'Neill, it's Anastasius, it's Roby, and not even kind of McGilligan, who we'll be talking about, Ty Smith, who had 5 goals in their game against Dedham. Holliston is young, but they can score from many different places, which is going to bode well.
Yeah, at some point you might kind of like to slow this down. Checking the stick again.
Yeah, Forbush is now back out of the X, so something maybe they checked it out on the sidelines.
Right,
They're telling Chase, hey, get back in there, do what you can do.
So we'll watch to see. But I tell you, boy, the Anastasius stick is just so quick. I mean, he flips that and fights his way forward so very quickly. There's really not a lot you can do unless you can try to tie him up. But even then,
he's such a weapon.
Yeah, and then he plunks himself right down here. You'll see just right at the top of the circle, just looking for that pass, and someone's got to match up with him to keep him occupied.
There's a nifty little shovel pass in front. They were looking for O'Neill again.
Ooh, gotta be careful there. You're trying to give it back to your goalie.
I like that veteran move by Sakala there. He didn't try to scoop it up with O'Neill, and it looks like Ty Smith was right in front of him. He kind of kept it covered for a moment and then almost baited them into it and scooped it up in the meantime.
So Holliston will come through here looking to get long stick back. Nope. He waited. And Mancini comes over back for the Panthers. So the Panthers once again at 4:58 left here in the first frame, 5-1. Some early action by the Mustangs, but really kind of since the 7-minute mark or so, it has been all Holliston as they've rattled off 4 in a row.
There's a relatively big hit there from Tommy Lynch in front of the goal. I don't think the referees liked it very much, though.
Not enough to draw a penalty, which is nice. Just
No,
give you
there we
possession.
go.
So
Was
keeping
curious-
them honest. Keep them honest.
Was curious if we were going to see that flag come out there. Seen a couple big hits for Norwood earlier as Norton had one.
There you go. There's the flag.
So maybe the referee saying, hey, that was on the cusp. Now let's throw one.
Trying to see what Mustangs should get away with. And unfortunately, when you do it right in front of the referee, I think he's going to see that.
Yeah,
so.
and I think is that Lynch? It looks like it is.
Yep.
Number 32 going off.
Yep.
So one of Norwood's seniors, after maybe kind of escaping a call, now he'll get one going against him. Forbush will go off as well. So the Mustangs calling in some reinforcements defensively. And this is that number 76? It is, Billy McCann.
Billy McCann, all right.
Tell you get the numbers going up to 42,
Yep.
and then you get 76 out there. I love it.
Billy throwing in like the football jersey on there for it.
I like it.
Nice
Anytime
shot.
you see a number that you're not super used to, I mean, I guess that's the idea with Gretzky first coming up wearing 99,
that's
but
right.
now you see more and more guys doing it.
So good for Billy getting some work here, on the long stick with a man down.
Yeah, he's been one of the guys it seems like Coach Lockhead goes to when they really need a defensive stop man down. And that's a beautiful shot. Wow. It's Ty Smith. We talked about it earlier, Mark,
Yep.
that he might start getting that scoring going.
Yep.
5th different player with a marker for the Panthers.
Yeah, and if you look again, Smith being a freshman, Anastasius being a freshman, some of these names that we're calling out.
Roby's a sophomore.
Yeah.
He scored earlier.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is going to be a dangerous squad for the next couple of years.
Yeah, and they've got a coach with experience, too. Mulvaney taking over, I think, in 2018. Obviously didn't have that COVID season, so that was kind of
Right.
a forced reset for everyone. And then I think lacrosse was a typical spring sport when we were dealing with the rearrangement of the seasons when it was fall 2. Right?
Yes. Oh, boy, goodness.
Glad we're not doing that anymore. I remember being up here when soccer players had to kick it in, right?
That's right.
They didn't control it with the hands.
And they had the refs had like the whistle that you held, and there
Right,
was no
right.
throw in, and oh my goodness.
Let's not go back to
exactly. But
Shape it.
anyway, yeah. So Mustangs will take a timeout here. They certainly need to regroup because it has, before this thing gets too far, away from them.
Right.
Again, earlier this year it was, I think Holliston. I don't have 17-5. They won the first go around. So we'll see what the Mustangs can do. But I think this was a good timeout. Slow everybody down. Kind of catch your breath. It's tough when you're working up against a center midi. Like Anastasius. That if you can't win that draw, and I'm not saying that we don't have the center middies to do it. But when you're just got someone who's got that much talent, it just makes it that harder.
Yeah, you almost focus all your energy on doing that, and obviously there's so many other facets to the game that you've got to be dealing with.
Yep.
So Holliston kind of appears ready to go. Coach Lockhead talking some things over.
Oh yeah, if I'm Holliston, I want to keep going, right? I don't want to take my foot off the gas right now.
Yeah, they got here relatively late too, so it was a quick warm up. But Holliston has hit the ground running. I think sometimes that gets overlooked. You show up, guys are kind of milling around a little bit, but credit to, I guess you've got to give credit to David Villa, Holliston's captain, getting them going, having Coach Mulvaney say, all right, hey, let's get down to business right off the bat. It's not a super close drive to Holliston either. So
Right.
This team came out, and they came ready to play, and right now they brought the sun with them too.
Yeah,
Nice to
I was
see
just
it
about to
getting a
say
little
that.
nicer
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Jack had just provided us with brand new NCM sweatshirt swag, and I'm like, all right, now it's already getting toasty. I may have to
sure.
lose a layer up here at this rate.
Yeah.
I was watching the weather today. I said, oh, this might be kind of a rainy day.
That's it. That's what I was seeing last night.
Yep.
My wife was saying, is your poor cameraman going to be upstairs? So we're thankful that Brian Gagliard gets to be inside with us. And even with the window open, he's not getting splashed by rain
That's
every
right.
once in a while.
So we'll see what the Mustangs can do coming out of the timeout. It's a nice battle. It's not bad. I mean, certainly a better job there by Chasnet to at least make him work for it. As Anastasius will swap out here for the other center midi, like you said, you got somebody who's got a specialty like that. So he'll take a break.
That had to be something Coach Lockhead was talking about because there was a little extra energy to that draw.
Yep.
Norwood didn't win it, but that's something that you can build off of.
Yeah.
They're clearly responding to Coach Lockhead still.
Oh, did that roll in?
I think it did.
I think it did too. I think Tyler Smith, and again, I don't know. I'm pretty sure we don't have. I know we don't have the truck. I know we're live, but we don't have the truck. But that would be a replay shot right like that because I think Roby, if I'm sitting there watching it, kind of almost like almost back behind him down low.
Yeah, he kind of just did the motion.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It looks like you were able to see that moments ago on the camera. If you're watching on video on demand, maybe you can go back and kind of do us a favor and check it out.
Right, yeah.
But I think Smith was motioning to Drew O'Neill saying, yeah, I kind of did this little move and it worked. It kind of snuck by Sakala who got a piece of it at first.
I think he did, yeah. I think like he thought he made the save. Looks like he had slowed it down, and I think it just rolled over the line. So
yeah,
there's
a battle.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go, and TJ Wyman's going to scoop it up.
Perfect job. You might be right there, Joe, in terms of what they talked about at during that timeout is just being a bit more physical. If Anastasius is going to be winning those draws, get on the body right away and make it a little bit more difficult. And that's 2 times that Chastinet's done that, and the second time pays off as the Mustangs now are able to finally get their offense sit here working and see what they can do here down 7-1 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, Ronan Ryan and Anthony Riccardi, number 33, coming in. So nice work by Wyman to scoop up the ground ball. Goes right out. We haven't gotten much of a chance to see the Norwood O.
And just like that, throws that one in. Terrific, Ronan Ryan.
Nice job. Right off the bench is Ronan Ryan.
That's right. That's a big goal right there, 7-2.
And it shows you what he was talking about in that huddle is not only working, but it's also giving the team some energy here.
Yep. And good for Ryan, too, in terms of just not being afraid to shoot the ball, right? I mean, he had himself a nice little alley, strong opening, and, McLeod wasn't able to catch up with it. So it's a great shot. Good response here by the Mustangs. And let's see if they can kind of continue this. And then also let's see if Anastasius now he's going to have to adjust a little bit as Chastanet is kind of like getting a little bit more physical off the draws.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, look at that.
Yep. See, I mean, he's not winning them cleanly like he was, and I think that's exactly what
Before
Coach
he
said.
was scooping them up so easily.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it's Holliston ball here, Norwood does a nice job pressuring that, and they got to be feeling maybe a little bit more nervous. There's a lot of time left in this game. And whoa!
Oh, and just like that, O'Neill decides to send it over to Westwood.
All right.
So turnover there.
Well, we'll take it if you're Norwood. Long field ahead of you,
exactly.
but hey, either way, it's Norwood ball.
Possession is, and wow, just like that. Oh, terrific save! Wow. So Smith picks it off,
and he loses it again.
Yeah.
So Holliston picking him right. Oh, it's a series of turnovers right now.
It's like, you take it. No, you take it.
Yep.
No, you take it. No, it's
and
out of
even
bounds.
the
Now you take
sidelines
it.
here. Yep. As O'Neill tried to kind of bat that one to keep it in, I think he knew it was off of him. And Wyman poised to a chest saying, wait, is it me after all that confusion?
Yeah. Well, I'll
think
tell
it
you,
should be.
Smith did a fantastic job as he was able to, because it looked, again, like Wyman was trying to get it back to Sakala, and Smith just got his stick right up and intercepted it and almost one-handed it around the net. And so a terrific defensive play by Smith.
Yeah, here's
Good
TJ
hustle,
moving into the zone. TJ's kind of been ushering the Norwood offense here today in the couple chances they've had, so he'll go off, and I imagine we'll see Ryan and Riccardi again.
Oh, Horton, nice little look in front. Just didn't quite get enough on it.
That was the combination that scored for Norwood earlier. It was James Norton trying to connect with Matthew Kickless down low. And looks like
foul on Holliston, probably coming back Norwood way here.
Yeah, Owen McDougal was the one that took a little bit of that hit for Norwood, but the freshman pops up again.
So wise here for the Mustangs that they just kind of, you got 1:34 left here in the first, just kind of settle this ball down, work a little bit of the outside, try to find a cutter or two. I think just kind of, there's a nice, speak of the devil.
That was a cutter.
Yeah,
that was John Lynch.
Yep.
Thomas's brother trying to come in there.
It's a nice ground ball, too. That's a great recovery by the Mustangs.
Hey, he's got a lane. Great shot on goal and a good save by McLeod.
Oh, terrific job as McDougal. I mean, I think, McLeod made this initial save. It kind of almost bounced right to McDougal, and he picked that up and, wisely just buries it.
I think McLeod surprised himself because he saved it pretty cleanly.
Yep.
And you and I, Mark, were both reacting at how great the Holliston save was, but I guess McDougal wasn't fooled. He was ready for it.
That's a great rebound goal, as they say. So the Mustangs now back-to-back goals here. Cut this one to 7-3 with 1:10 left in the first. So maybe that timeout kind of spurs things along as the Mustangs are able to get 2 in a row.
Yeah, and Holliston switched out who's taking the draw, too. That was Kevin Sahagi and a senior on that draw. So maybe they're trying to respond to Norwood's changes here. Beautiful. Oh, I thought Lynch picked up that ground ball.
Yeah, smart here by Holliston. You got 50 seconds.
Yep.
Try to find yourself a nice shot.
They're making some little errors, though. Norwood is pressuring them a lot more.
Wow, it's a good look and a nice pass there. Sahagian just couldn't finish. But that's always a tough catch, too, for the midi cutting through.
Yep.
And Sahagian was able to make the reception, but just couldn't complete. So Mustangs defensively got to kind of keep your head on a swivel.
Nice cut there from Devin Harding. He came right in, number 7. 30 seconds, so Norwood has already held them for about half the time here. Just got to keep this pressure and then build on the momentum going into the second half. They've given up 7 goals, but none in the last couple minutes.
Good check.
Norwood's got to pick this one up. Oh, it goes right over the stick, the cross there of Billy Connolly, but ultimately they get it.
So you're down to 15 seconds here, maybe one last chance.
And Norton's going to look for kickless again.
Oh, he was. Yeah, now he's going to have to let this one rip pretty soon here.
Yep, 3 seconds.
Oh, great shot. Oh, at
does
the
it
buzzer?
count?
Yeah, that's going to go.
All right,
oh, nice job, Norton.
But James Norton, who's had a really strong first half in all facets. Tell you, Mark, we're going to have to go back and check that on the camera. I don't know. That's about as close as it is. My gut reaction was no.
I'm going goal. I'm going good goal because I didn't hear, and we know who's working the clock on the far side. So it's called home field advantage.
That's right.
I didn't hear the horn until after the ball was in. So
what a finish to that first quarter. It was 7-1 Holliston.
Yeah, well done by this squad here because you could have easily just kind of rolled over and said, "Oh, this is going to be a tough battle," right? And you take the timeout. We noted a couple change there in terms of at least the physicality at the face-off center, and you pick up a goal, and then you kind of feel a little bit better about yourself, and the face-offs kind of start to go your way, and like you said, 3 in a row. Cut this one from 7-1 to 7-4. That was a terrific final 3 or 4 minutes there by the Mustangs, I think, both offensively and defensively. You mentioned, Joe, a couple of times that, the turnovers there by Holliston, that errant pass that is obviously one that they'd like to have back, a couple missed shots, not by much. You take what you can get from the Mustangs, but you got to be real careful with this squad that, if they're not shooting themselves in the foot, they're still very, very dangerous. So be interesting to see what both squads, reaction is coming out of the first quarter.
For sure. And we know Coach Locke can motivate. He seemed to do it in the timeout.
Yep. So let's see if these guys can build on that.
First-year head coach, kind of learning on the fly as you go. It's a small group for Norwood, but coming off of a couple of years of Deadwood the way things were, this is a nice sign for them. So.
It really is. And I know that there was some question early on, were we even going to have enough, for varsity this year? And a couple guys, came in, stepped up. The youth program is still kind of struggling. I know that, at one point it was very, very big, and it's kind of tailed off a little bit. Things kind of go, and as they say, in ebbs and flows. Mm-hmm. And you're just kind of hoping that, sometimes success will breed, further youth program.
As people get excited, right?
Yep, exactly.
And that's kind of what I felt like Deadwood kind of put in. This was a Norwood program that wasn't super successful before the Deadwood collaboration, and the kids really seemed to take to that with the jerseys, getting to meet some other guys and play with them.
Yeah, and it worked out. If you think about it, if you look, both towns now are able to, field varsity teams.
Right.
So,
Dedham's got a program too.
Yep. So, I think it built enough, popularity, or at least kind of helped to repopularize, the sport in both towns, so that you're able to get squads this year. So they switch ends as Holliston win the face-off again, and they'll try to work here.
Yeah, Anastasius was back in on that one, so not sure why Sahagian took one of the draws for them. Could have been just giving Norwood a different look.
TJ's got to be careful in terms of that. He's fortunate, he kind of
Yep.
committed, trying to track down Smith, and he was lucky that Smith didn't get the ball back because he had kind of taken himself out of position.
Holliston just moving it around the perimeter right now.
Does it look like Sam Sweeney has come in, if I'm 23,
Let's see.
goaltending? So have we swapped up goalies?
It would seem like it.
All right. Because this is a different helmet, too.
Yep.
So Sam Sweeney, the junior goaltender, gets the nod here for the second
that's
quarter.
a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's
here.
a shame right there. And Holliston looks like they can't quite capitalize either. Need to get a body on one of these guys before they take possession. But
Nice hustle from Ty Smith there to get that back to McGillicott. He very confidently just kind of dumped it to space.
Yep.
That means you got to have some really good communication. Nice job by Wyman to get a piece. Turnover for Norwood.
TJ. That's if I'm TJ, that's it. I just use my size, and I'm just going to go right through you.
Yep. It's basically what he did,
Yep.
bringing it from the 20 to the 20. Well, that shot got maybe a little bit more of the crease than I think he expected.
It's a nice job by TJ, though. Again, he just kind of was able to muscle his way onto the offensive side of the field.
TJ, a three-sport athlete here, wrestler, football player.
He's going to give himself a little breather after that.
For sure,
run.
yeah. He ran the length of the field.
He's like, that's it.
And as a lineman, you're not doing that too much in football.
You're used to 3 or 4 yards, and that's about it. And in wrestling, you're just kind of in one area. Now, wrestling, in terms of, boy, that takes incredible stamina. So
Norwood's wrestling program is great this year.
Boy,
with
how
Nate
great
Sue
was it?
as well.
Yes, how great was that to see? You'd think back to some of the glory days of Norwood wrestling, and it's just so exciting to see that program back as it has become. But you're right, it was a great fall and winter sports season this year, and spring is moving right along. It's crazy how fast it's going.
That's it. One more week of regular season, then we get hopefully some playoff action here. A couple teams in the hunt for the Mustangs.
So 8:50 left here in the second. As Holliston, we've kind of had a little bit of back and forth where both squads trying to establish some sort of offensive rhythm.
I don't want to jinx it here, but it's been a drought for Holliston. The Norwood defense has stepped things up a little bit. I say that.
You say that.
But we got to give the Norwood defense some credit.
Exactly.
They've been playing really well as much as we've been talking about the offense.
And I think, I'm just kind of watching a little bit of, as Holliston tries to throw somebody cutting through. What's nice is the long sticks are picking up those guys as they come through.
Oh, nice job getting in the way.
That's a terrific stick check right there. You could hear it all the way up here as that just changes direction.
Yeah, Norwood had a couple players closing in. John Lynch was there. John Wallington was in there as well.
Yeah, they closed down nicely. That was great double team on that.
Yep. Nice to see John Wellington getting some action. I have him in class as well as this year, as well as Max Conley, one of Norwood's other freshmen. Both really nice kids. Nice to see them getting some playing time today.
Nice look there as they were trying to get McDougal cutting through, and he just overshot it by just a little bit. But
Owen McDougal seems to be the hot hand for them. Scored their last goal. He was in on another one. Took a big shot and actually took a hit earlier. Such a different game than the girls' game, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah. It's funny because I think we will be back up here, next week. Great little save there.
Look at that.
Yep.
Sam Sweeney.
We will be up here next week for senior day for the girls lacrosse as they take on, I want to say it might be Milton. I think we're coming up from
sounds
Milton
familiar,
or
yes.
Milford.
A little out of conference.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be fun to see. They've played extremely well this year, so Yeah, but you're right. You're going to see quite a difference in the women's game, just in terms of contact and whatnot. But boy, they can really when that women's game flows nicely in terms of passing. It's actually really, really fun to watch because the way they move without the ball is almost more pure lacrosse.
They have to be really good at those little nuances.
Yes,
right?
exactly right. Meanwhile, sometimes the men's game is a little bit more, trying to take the guy's head off as he comes through.
Just get a big body and take a big
right.
swing. Norwood's already tried to do that a couple times.
Yep.
It was only Tommy Lynch, I think, that got called for
That's
it.
right. And that was only the second time because he got away with the first one.
That's right.
So Holliston again kind of working out here. 6:25 left here in the second. Still 7-4 we've had. And again, I'm not going to jinx anything, but we haven't had any scoring by either squad so far.
There we go.
So we'll see who can crack that first. But you're right, Joe. I think just thus far, the Mustang defense has done a terrific job of keeping, Holliston on the outside and really not giving them a lot of decent looks close to net. So
I think that was a bit of a frustrated shot from Ty Smith just a couple moments ago as he tried to go with that low backhand once again, figuring, hey, maybe it worked for me once. But that time the Norwood defense is a little bit more present.
yeah, so there's a lot of, again, what's nice in terms of watching Holliston right now, they're just showing some patience.
Look at this. Lynch not afraid to get physical, but a nice goal.
That's a nice
Wow.
goal, yeah. But defensively, for the Mustangs, that was, there's not much you can do on that. They didn't give him, a lot of time or space, and they immediately had a body on him. So that's just a terrific goal.
Yeah, Anastasia who picks up the goal there, his second. So
of the
he's
night.
got 2. Haynes has 2. Smith has 2. So Holliston is now kind of starting to go to the same guys. Do a little recap of Norwood. Norwood, it's 8-4 Holliston, but Norwood's gotten goals from James Norton, Owen McDougall, Ronan Ryan, and Matthew Kickless. So nice to see both teams spreading things out.
So, yeah, we had gone quite some time since the goals. Let's see if the Mustangs here kind of like clamp that defensive back down.
Yeah, they were doing a good job in that last goal. I thought they were getting a little bit more physical. But I think that was just a really nice play from the freshman, Anastasia.
Yeah. Underwood shot.
Yeah, did Sweeney get a piece of that?
I think it almost looked like he did because, I think Underwood tried to come in, from up high to down low, and either Sweeney got a piece of it or it just continued to rise up above. But, see, that's what you want to do right there. As soon as that ball comes in, Tommy Lynch just put the stick basically right in his back, no foul, just to let him know that you're there, and you don't give him a chance to get set.
Right.
And so that's great defense. It's small stuff like that sometimes you just don't see. And Lynchy did a great job there not to give the Holliston player a chance to set up.
Forbush did a nice job of getting around that, getting into the open space, and here's Ryan.
So here's a chance again, for the Mustangs. Possession, I think that this go-around down here with 4:26 left, not that I want to put any undue pressure on these young guys, but this would be a nice one to kind of work for a little while.
Oh, look at that. A little toss into the air, and Holliston keeps it.
Brilliant play as Greenberg comes away with it and goes to the far side. And that's also a nice job of just, switching field, right? You've got a lot of traffic here on the near side. Mustangs have got to win some of these loose balls here.
Yeah, number 18, or I think that's 18 for Holliston.
Yeah.
Took a little bit of a stick to the back there for a moment. He's limping around there. That's Alex Roby.
So Harding with the call for Holliston. Mustangs and Valeri will take it in here. So
Nice little pass from Valeri, kind of dumping it over a couple guys to get it to John Lynch here.
Oh, it's a nice shot.
Lynch with a head of steam, and he almost knew from the 40-yard line, I'm going to take this shot. They're giving me the space that I need.
You're exactly right, Joe. I was watching him do that. I go, yeah, he is not passing that ball. He's got that open lane. He's going to try to see what he can get here.
I thought the same thing here, and it delivered, but this time it's Riccardi who goes just wide.
Oh, a nice hustle, though, by Kickless as he was able to beat Greenberg there to get the ball. I think Greenberg thought he was first to it, but Ref saw it different. Mustangs were able to hold on to it with 3:30 left here.
After the flurry of scoring activities we saw in this first quarter, 11 goals in the first quarter, and there's been 1 in the second so
it
far.
has really, really slowed down. Like, well, we did talk in the beginning. Now this is a game of ebbs and flows, and right now we're kind of at an ebb, maybe, as they say.
It's the dead ball era, I guess, of this
right.
game, huh?
So Mustangs continue to hold possession.
Yeah, the Mustangs haven't had very long possessions. Holliston's been very patient. Norwood, I'm not saying a good or a bad thing necessarily, but we haven't seen their offense for extended periods. We kind of are getting that here.
Yeah, tough little move there by Ryan. I think he was trying to do almost too much on his own there.
Oh, look at this. Sean
So
McLeod coming
McLeod
way
go.
out.
Yep. And he's going to pull and he draws the penalty, too.
Sometimes a good goalie can
Yep.
be a good offense as well.
A great stick.
Wow.
What a great stick.
Poked that right out of midair,
Oh.
did Tommy Lynch.
That's a shame that there was a penalty, too, because I'll tell you, he could have picked that off and then just taken off. But, with the penalty, the possession comes and Mustangs will go the man down. But great defensive play. It is kind of fun when you watch this game, if you're still fairly somewhat new to it, to watch a goalie every now and then just take off with the ball. And it's not like hockey or, where people are like, where are you going?
I'd like to see that in hockey.
Yeah, that's right.
Just see Swayman grab the puck
That's
and
right, just go.
all the way up the ice, right?
Well, I'm sure there are some goalies that probably have played high school and college that would love to have the chance to
It was
bury
Ron Hextall that always used to try to score.
Yep.
Nice shot from Haynes. He's looking for a hat trick here.
Yeah, Sweeney. Sweeney had that one kind of read well in terms he had the stick down low.
Yep.
So 2:26. Here's the sun blazing here on the Mustangs up here at the high school now. Boy, it's getting toasty.
Yeah, suddenly
We're
this
gonna
room
try
that,
that
we're
again.
in has turned into a greenhouse.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, so Hayes has tried that same spot.
Yep.
Kind of Ovechkin-like, right? You
Exactly.
Put him right at that face-off circle and you feed him right there.
Oh, beautiful shot
that's a
there.
terrific shot.
It's a hat trick for Smith. Ty Smith, a freshman midi for this Panther team. And it took a while to get his first goal, but all
since
three of
then,
them have come pretty
exactly.
quickly.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's too bad because the Mustangs again had done a nice job getting this one here at 7-4 coming into the second half. I think it'd be really nice to put one more in.
Yep.
Right now you're 9-4, you're down 5. It'd be nice to pick up one more.
And the Norwood offense put up 18 on Tuesday, so if we
did.
get some of that going. This is kind of in pace with where their defense has been, maybe a touch higher. But their defenses can certainly hold teams to 2 goals a quarter. Opportunistic there from Holliston.
Yeah,
Nice
ball
job by
bouncing
Smith.
around, and Smith was able to kind of settle it down as Lucas had come across on the long stick. Now they're able to get the short midi stick back on. So 1:30 left here in the second quarter. 9-4 Holliston.
Oh, there was a chance there.
Oof.
Smith staying with it.
Boy, he has got an absolute rocket.
4 goals already
Yeah.
for Ty Smith. Number 22, keep an eye on him for this Panther
I
team.
was going to say, we'll be probably hearing that name through the TVL for a couple years to come. But, yeah, boy, good, strong, solid freshman attack. And he's not afraid to shoot. I mean, I think, especially these last 2 goals, he has really kind of felt that confidence. And I think that's something, at halftime, you got to figure out defensively if you're just going to basically kind of drape a man right on him.
A good chance for Norwood there off the draw. Holliston mixing up again a little bit. This is Sahagian that was back on the draw.
I think Holliston will take their timeout here at 1:18 left, maybe set up for that last go-around now that they had possession. So
Maybe giving some of that offense a rest, too, here, Mark, because we saw Sahagian take the draw. I think Kyle Raffey was out there, a freshman. So was Max McEarley and another freshman. So maybe just coaches saying, you know what, let's give this one more go with that offense that was just so good. But we wanted to give them a breather coming off right away.
Yeah. Coming, like I said, they've scored the last 3, and then Smith picking up of those last 3, the last 2, and in fairly short order, right?
Yep.
So a smart, play. You've got possession, set up what you want to do. Wind that clock down, and you can walk in with a 7-goal lead. And if you're the Mustangs, you just really got to clamp it down defensively,
right?
Especially on Smith. You have to know where that guy is at all times. And again, defensively, that's always kind of the hard part because you've only got 2 eyes and you're trying to watch where the ball is. And if you follow the ball too much, the next thing you know, Smith or any other one of the attack can sneak out from back behind you, and you miss that connection, and they're sitting there wide open. So it's critical to keep, as they say, just keep your head on a swivel. Know where
that's right.
the guy you're marking up with is. And then you got to be willing to switch too. And then that's, I don't know if we can hear it up here, but down on the field, you want to have a lot of communication.
Right.
The goalie's got to, kind of be the general there, telling the defense and, your defensive middies where that ball is, where it's moving. And then if you got to be wary for picks, you got to, so there's a lot going on. So we talk about physicality right there. The Mustangs, square on Smith, making him pass, but then, I'm trying to look at that if that's Valeri who's drawn the defensive, so he's got to know exactly where Smith is.
Yeah, Pierce Duncan just went down hard, popped right back up, so maybe selling a little bit, but the Norwood defense definitely coming out with some energy here.
So 57 seconds left here.
Haynes is the guy I think you got to watch for right now. The offense has been going through Smith the last couple minutes, but you can tell they were trying to get Haynes going from that spot just a little bit to Sweeney's right and about maybe 5 yards out.
Yeah, so you want to just be making sure you have good stick checks on your man right now. Kind of keep them out. Get a body on right there because, just kind of keep your stick on Smith at all time.
Yep, Forbush doing just that.
Yep.
Miguel gets dangerous. He seems to set up their offense. Maybe he doesn't have the goals today.
See, that's a nice check right there and a good stick check. But boy, wow, that was strong.
Yep.
I'll tell you, Miguel got, he was just taking a pounding, got knocked down, stick check, and was able to still maintain possession and get the shot off. So that's talent there off that junior. So 14 seconds left here. Big ride if the Mustangs can force Holliston to stay outside.
So it'd be big. Hold them only to 3 goals here in this second quarter. Be much
huge.
better than the way you were kind of giving up a little bit more there in the first.
Now, see, if I'm the Mustangs, I might move my defense. You're kind of already packing in but I might move them out just to kind of make them work a little harder. Yeah, exactly. You're giving them a lot of room. And I think maybe the Mustangs are taking it. Maybe the Mustangs took a time out of
Holliston's way.
Holliston's going to take. Yeah, they are. So Holliston. Well, they had possession. So
right.
Yeah. Well, you're down to 9.9 seconds left. So you're going to draw up something real quick, and I'm trying to look at where they're going. All right, this is either a timeout or that's the end of the first half.
Because we got 9.9 on the clock.
We got 9.9 on the clock, but. Call me crazy. Holliston's walking to the end zone, and then to my left.
Yep.
Okay, that's got to be halftime.
All right,
and the referees are leaving the field.
That seems to be the case. So.
I don't know who's keeping time on the far side of the field.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Actually, well done, Norwood defense.
All right,
well done, boys.
Tell you, they held them, and it was so fast that there was no influence.
Well, yeah, if I'm the coach, for Holliston, I'm like, what? You thought you had 9 seconds left, but you weren't able to do so.
No.
So
they all seem to be in on it because there did not seem to be any arguments.
That's right. So we are through the first half of play. Mustangs limit Holliston there to just 3 in the second quarter, but they still trail after one half, 10-4, and we'll be right back with second half action. And back here, ready for second half action, Joe, again, we started to kind of like take off layers again. It's getting toasty.
You still got the NCM
Well,
layer. I think I'm just going with some of the teacher shirts that we've gotten over the years.
As long as, again, it's all about the swag. It's, it's not what we say, it's how we look. So wearing that NCM stuff with pride. But, good, solid, I think, first half for the Mustangs, relatively speaking. Obviously, great second quarter in limiting this high-powered offense to just 3 goals. But still, a lot of work cut out for the Mustangs here to get this one closer. And I think it's going to start really kind of at the face-off circle.
Yeah, let's see what I guess Coach Lockhead has drawn up, because whatever he was saying was working in that first half, I guess.
For sure.
Great timeout, as Mark mentioned, in that first quarter. Looks like he'll stick with Sam Sweeney in goal. So Sam got a little action there in the second quarter. I think that was the plan, maybe have Sakula start on senior day and then let Sweeney do it. And he's done a nice job here. Plucked a couple of big saves out of midair. And
just unfortunately like that within 9 seconds.
Yep.
I think that was Hayes.
Yep, there it is. We've been saying that that Lucas Haynes has been on the doorstep of a hat trick today, and there it is. I thought for a second maybe the ball got kind of trapped up in the netting behind the goal there, but I think pretty safe to say that one snuck through, and it's a hat trick. Second hat trick for Holliston, as Haynes has 3, and Ty Smith, as we mentioned a lot last quarter, has 4.
It was actually, interesting there for a second, because I think Sweeney was trying to look at the side of the net. I think the ref, as he was walking back, was also kind of looking at the side. But, Hayes is able to, unfortunately, not wasting a lot of time to make this one 11-4.
And that's kind of what Holliston is. When they're at their best, they're taking very purposeful shots. They're not making a lot of mistakes. When they play clean, I think they've come right down the field every time. And speaking of that, that's not clean from Holliston, as Wyman is right there. But eventually they do scoop it up.
Yeah, well, as Roby's able to come away with that.
Yeah.
But there was that right there off of that face-off. That's kind of what you're looking for. If there's not a clean win, then, able to kind of get a stick and or a body on it, make it, that much difficult to be able to gain possession. And then it's still unfortunate that, Holliston is kind of winning that loose ball battle right now.
Right. Yeah, if you're Norwood, that's what kind of kept you close through part of this. You were getting a lot of those loose balls. Nice job by Sweeney there to corral that one.
Yeah, Smith, again, was trying to come around behind and just kind of underhand it.
Yep, Chaston had taken a couple hits. He's unfazed by it.
Yep. Oh, that's a good look. Plus draws a foul, and bang, just like that. Terrific job there. Great shot by Norton.
James Norton coming through, and
Chastanet
doing the work.
It's like one of those, Norton's going to get on the board for the goal, but Chastanet, not only does he, come away with it all the way down, get it into the Holliston zone, draws the penalties after taking at least 3 or 4 solid whacks, including the slash, and then a great dish to Norton. And to Norton's credit, that was a nice cut, right? He changed his angle, and Chastanet made a picture-perfect pass because he kind of caught him right on stride, and then Norton just pivots real quick and unleashes. That's a great response to Haynes' goal, 9 seconds in, and just like that, Mustangs now gain possession here off of the win. So
and it's Wyman helping them get possession. Who's been so big on those ground balls. When TJ's able to scoop them up, the Norwood offense gets to go to work.
I think using someone like Wyman's size, if there's any sort of disruption in the play, if you can get Wyman in to put a body on, and then use that second man in to scoop up the ball.
Yep, and that seems to be the plan. As he's been going off, we've been getting that combo. I think it's Riccardi and Ronan Ryan coming in, and there's Norton trying to connect with Kickless again.
Kickless again, kind of like on that first goal, right?
Yep, the two of them, they like that play. If Kickless is posted down low just to the right side of the net, you know that Norton's going to go to him. And it's already worked once today, so I guess keep trying it.
Good long look there by Diaz, and he was able to bring it all the way in, drops back, and get the second midi in.
Yeah, Landon Diaz, we saw a little bit for Holliston earlier today. He's buzzing with a little energy right now. I'd watch him if you're Norwood. Number 1 on the screen.
Yeah, usually if you find a guy that's got number 1 in lacrosse, that they tend to be sharp attack players.
That's
you
it.
Kind of keep an eye on somebody like that.
Yep. Talking to my nephew last week that if you're playing basketball and you wear 23, you better be good. There's a fourth
another
goal
one there by Haynes.
Yep.
He's scoring from just about anywhere. I mean, we've seen him be off to the I guess the goalie's right hand side a couple times and be able to put it in from there, but that one was from up top and fairly far out. It's just a good solid low shot. There's not a lot that Sweeney's going to be able to do on that.
Yeah, he's a big body. He looks very strong out there, very
Yep.
fit, but somebody who really can kind of put it in the right place at the right time. So you get that combination, and you've got a really strong player. I bet you schools are taking a look at him if they haven't already.
Yeah, like you said, that's hard, right? You've got to keep
Here's
your eye
Wyman
on someone
again.
like
He's got to
Smith.
get this for Norwood. Nice job.
There you go.
In traffic. 3 guys around him, and TJ scoops it up.
And a terrific pass and catch, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Wyman just whistled that out of there.
Yep. Here's Norton with that step again.
Oh, that's too bad. He had McLeod going down. McLeod was dropping to his knees expecting something low.
Yep.
And Norton's shot just kind of raised up above, missed that upper corner, but not by a lot. But
Did McLeod get a tiny piece of that?
it's so hard to tell, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like you knew that I think Norton was looking to go high.
Here's
And
another
so,
chance. That was Lynch saying, I'm taking this all the way. They were zeroing in on him. Caleb Greenberg in there, number 17 now, getting some cheers from the fans.
So O'Neal will try to set things up here. Oh, terrific anticipation there defensively.
Look at that with that
Yep.
long stick, like you were saying, Mark.
Yeah, Lynch, that's a couple times he's been able to pick that off.
Yep. I think he got a little bit screened by the referee
Yeah.
for a moment.
And again, but to go all the way across and pick up Riccardi on that far side.
Yep.
Smart defensive play, right? You're able to kind of gain possession. You get it into the offensive zone. You get Riccardi on the far side. You double back defensively.
Right.
And then you add that second midi in. And so a chance here for the Mustangs with 7:50 left in the third.
Yeah,
Down 12-5.
Ronan Ryan, one of our captains, he's already got a goal today. That one, a little bit of airmail, though. But I think McDougal was closest.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough shot, contested from that far out. So we'll see if Norton can kind of quarterback things from back behind.
Yeah, Norton's outside of his normal space
Yeah.
that he seems to work from. Tell us, interesting, Mark, with Riccardi and John Lynch out there, Riccardi a defenseman in hockey and John Lynch a goalkeeper in soccer, seeing these two defensive-minded players now playing offense in attack mode.
Yep.
It's nice to see them kind of be able to do both.
It's probably for them kind of feels good to be able to.
Freeing
yeah,
almost,
right?
right?
Yeah. Ooh, look at all the fun stuff I get to do.
That's it.
So big possession here for the Mustangs.
Nice
It's a nice
move.
little. That's a great little move. Yeah, it was terrific there. As Riccardi saw the seam, stepped right in between the two Holliston defenders, and was able to get the shot off.
I think Kickless and Norton are going to try to get something working here.
It was a nice job by Kickless, though, to just be patient with it and get it up to Norton rather than try to force the ball up to him. So we'll see what Ryan can do as he heads up top, trying to cut through.
Neat little
One man.
fakey through there. Tell you,
Oh, right
McLeod's
there,
been
bang.
good.
Oh, that's a fantastic
Yep.
save there. I'll tell you, boy, McLeod was strong to the task.
Yep. Yeah, they got a really good one in Sean McLeod,
Yeah.
the keeper for Holliston, number 33. He has made a number of fantastic saves.
So swiping out some here. I thought I saw maybe a flag on the far side. Looks like the Mustangs might have a man advantage. I didn't catch what the penalty was. It was made after the save because the whistle went after the save, so there must have been some sort of contact on the far
Yeah,
side.
it
So the
looks
Mustangs,
like it. I'm getting 5 there for
Yep.
Holliston.
So Mustangs will get the man up.
All right, so it'll be Riccardi here on the near side to start it up.
So everyone will get set here. Ref will make sure everyone's matched and ready to go. Coaches have on who they want to have. And we'll get going here. And there's the whistle. So this is a good opportunity for the Mustangs. One that really you don't want to waste too much in terms of trying to force anything. You've got the man advantage, so, and a great job defensively. Again, push them out. It's a nice little shot there.
Yeah, we're saying slow it down, but I like that shot there.
Yeah.
From Lynch.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, if you had the chance and you had a kind of an open lane there, he took it.
John Lynch is playing with a little bit of confidence today. He's not been shy to shoot. Nice job again. I think that went off the foot of McLeod.
So Mustangs able to keep possession.
Yeah, Norton's going to let Kickless kick it in.
So 6:32 left here in the third quarter. Holliston holding on to a 12-5 lead, but the Mustangs here with a man advantage. Work around behind. Yeah, there wasn't too much on that. That was kind of an easy save for. It looked like there was kind of a miscommunication there because I see he was looking for somebody to cut through that and just wasn't able to pick anybody up. And I think McLeod was probably more surprised than anything to see that one kind of land right in the extended opening there for him.
Splitting the D there was number 15, Kevin Sahagian.
But defensively, you know, strong to come down on his stick and not draw the foul. So Mustangs get that ball right back.
Halfway through this third quarter now, the Mustangs have kept the deficit around 6 or 7 this whole game.
They have. You're right. I mean, you know, at one point, you know, early on it's 7-1.
Yep. Yeah, take away the first quarter. Now, granted, you can't do that, but the Mustangs have been right with them through the rest of the way.
Unfortunately, they make you play all 4.
And it's not like Holliston has pulled everybody off the field or whatnot. They play a deep roster.
They do.
They've got the numbers to do it, which
they do.
Unfortunately Norwood doesn't have quite as much of. Wyman got hit
there.
But
I think he's going to pick up the penalty too.
Yep.
Nice job.
Yeah, TJ showing a nose for the goal there.
Yeah,
He's been really good on the ground balls, kind of bodying people up in the middle of the field, but showing some versatility on that and drawing a big penalty.
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, stuff that's not necessarily going to go down on the scorebook,
right?
Because he steps off here and he lets the others come on, but you know, he basically drew that foul, gives the Mustangs another man advantage.
DJ's just a good athlete. It's,
yes.
He was playing even in our student staff basketball game. TJ's playing in that. He was a wrestler, but he's knocking down 3-pointers from almost half court through some of that game.
Drives me crazy when people can do that.
I know, right? Especially with somebody with size, too.
Right. So, all right, big chance here again for the Mustangs. See what they can do. They had a couple shots there first go around. Mustangs have got to be first to the ball on something like that. Great defensive play there by
did that go off Holliston? Yeah.
Yes, it did, but
that's very fortunate for Norwood because you can't turn that one over there.
Yeah, you got 2 white jerseys right there, and you're almost getting beat to the ball, so something like that. You kind of like a man-ball type situation there. You
Beautiful.
go. That good ball movement, terrific work there as Ryan picks up. That's his second?
Second for Ronan Ryan.
Yeah.
That's what you need your captain to do here in this spot. He cuts the deficit to 6 and finds some space there with a strong shot.
Yeah, that comes back, though, again, we look at Wyman and the strength that he put on that play beforehand to draw the foul, gives you the man advantage, and the Mustangs capitalize. So tip of the cap to TJ.
Tell you one thing that we've been overlooking here is Chase Chastanet's done a really nice job making life a little bit more difficult on the draws. Holliston was just possession after possession. I feel like we barely saw the Norwood offense in the first quarter, but he's really giving Ethan Anastasia a run for his money out there. Although now he picks it up cleanly and runs the other way, but still, Chase has played really well and has really picked things up.
Exactly. Yep. So, Chase can blame you on that.
That's
on
right.
That last one.
That's
and
right.
Say,
Send complaints my way.
That's right. So we'll see what Mustangs here defensively. It'd be nice to kind of shut Holliston down here with 4:46 left in the third. 12-6. They've cut it in half. This is a big defensive stop for the Mustangs.
Yeah, if you can do one of those where you just kind of grab it out of the air.
Yep.
Tommy Lynch has been around there a couple times.
Nice. Again, I tell you that Haynes has got that really low shot. He gets the one step on the defender.
Yep.
And he just does not hesitate.
And this time, left side of the goal. You were saying that. He can score from anywhere. He's posted up in that Ovechkin spot on the right side, right? Then he's shooting from about the 30-yard line. And now tries a new look. And that's a bullet. Wow.
Was that
Let's see.
Sahagian?
We'll give that a look,
Sahagian
we'll give that a look in a second.
Like
it's 23.
23?
22?
Was it
23.
Smith again?
I
23?
think that's McGilligan. We got to get our binoculars here figured out as I'm tracking him to the sidelines. I'm going to call that a Jack McGilligan goal, at least from my angle. 23?
Sure.
All right.
He can go back and watch
He
it
was
on
the
demand
one that was
sometime.
seemingly congratulated as the shot came in. I couldn't tell who took the original shot. It may have been Sahagian.
It's so much easier in hockey because you can you're not sure. Just watch who goes the first
Who
guy
leads
by.
the line,
who
right?
Leads the line. Here, it's just a massive humanity that leaves. So
Look at this battle on the draw. Sahagian's in there, and Norwood making him work for it.
Yep. And TJ was almost in on there, too, to be able to kind of get body on body.
Ryan Valeria is making Grady Lucas work, too.
Nice job by the long stick there as Lucas was able to kind of fend the man off and still maintain possession with 4 minutes left. So
Norwood is so good when they make Holliston uncomfortable.
Oh, terrific save. A nice setup there by Holliston, but boy, I tell you, nice job by Sweeney to track that ball.
Yep. And he threw the outlet pass a little bit high, but I guess if you're going to throw a high pass to somebody, you hope it's TJ Wyman, and it was.
Yep. See, Wyman again. Small stuff.
Yep.
Gets it over onto the offensive zone. Bang. Steps out.
Yeah,
Get
there's
the extra
Riccardi.
attack.
Where's
Yep.
Ryan?
So Mustangs here at 3:30, down 13-6 here in the third.
John Lynch is going to fire this one.
It's like he heard you the whole way.
He just kind of had that look to him that he's had a lot today.
Yeah, and so McLeod kind of tries to reach for it, but yeah, Lynch stronger to the task there in 13-7 with 3:22. So
There
here
you
we
go.
go again. You keep coming back to these face-offs.
Yep. They just knock off that first part of the game, and we have a real barn burner on our hands.
Well, again, if you're Holliston, the Mustangs just refuse to go away, right? You had your chance early on at 7-1. Mustangs kind of crawl back. You scored the last 3 in the second quarter. Mustangs continue to crawl back. You're down here by 6 with 3:20 left. See, now if Wyman can get there quick.
Yep.
See, that's the hardest part, right?
Right.
Your Chastanet was able to tie up Anastasius for a little bit.
Yep.
But if TJ just couldn't quite get there by the time Anastasius had come away with it.
Right, and it was Anastasius who's taking it away.
Yeah.
It's not like Holliston is getting help that's reaching there before TJ
No.
is. It's just
It's a one-man operation over there by him.
an extra second for Norwood would be such a difference.
So we'll watch Smith up top. Very dangerous. He's picked up at least 4 today, I think.
Yeah, Haynes isn't in there right now, and he's been the catalyst for a lot of things. So him and Smith kind of seem to be trading off
Back
who's
and
the
forth.
focal point.
Right.
McGilligan's passing has been so good. He
get
may have
man
gotten
ball,
on the
man
scoreboard
ball here.
earlier. Yep.
So Holliston right back in on the attack. Oh, that was a nice idea just to be able to, you felt the pressure right there. Not quite sure if that was Roby, but Ruby felt the pressure, and rather than force any type of shot, flipped that pass over nicely, I think, to 30.
That's Jack Underwood, I think, near us, 36.
Yep, 36, yeah. And looks like he wound up drawing the foul as well, so Holliston gets to go the man up. They try to piece that together as a bunch of white jerseys head off. One
think
white jersey
Holliston
heads on, then white jersey heads off.
Yep.
And he comes, oh, I see, they're just going to swap him out for the long stick.
There we go.
Yep.
All right.
Makes more sense. So 2:19 left here in the third. NCM broadcasting live today here from Norwood, Massachusetts. And was just talking at halftime. I understand we're being watched up in beautiful Rome, New York today. As Charlie Lansdale is a freshman, not having seen some time yet, but his grandmother's watching us live. So wanted to give a shout out to Charlie's grandmother, who's watching and enjoying, I'm sure, the Holliston matchup here, but glad she could tune in to watch. It's always kind of nice when Jack is able to get the crew together to go live here. It's kind of neat because we're only on a single camera. We don't have the truck here, but the technology that NCM's been able to put together gives us this the ability to go live so grandparents from around the country can watch their kids play, or in Charlie's case, not yet, but
soon enough.
Soon enough. I understand talking to his father that, again, part of the freshman class that is very strong.
There's a lot of freshmen in this program.
Really, really are.
Oh, that one
sneaked through. Oh,
fifth goal for Ty Smith.
Sweeney would have liked to have had that one back. You could kind of see the frustration on that, he had the stick down. He was ready for that one, and it just kind of skipped right underneath.
So Holliston scores in the man advantage again. They've been 2 for 2 in that department, and that time, I tell you, it was Smith just kind of getting one through.
Yeah, Holliston's tough enough, man on man, even strength. You don't want to, give them that extra advantage.
Actually, it may have been 5-on-5 looking at the board. I think we may have missed one of Holliston's players going off as well.
Well, although at the same time, we're never quite sure exactly what the clock is working because we thought there was like 10 seconds left in the first half. So.
Well, we hope you're enjoying the broadcast, wherever you are from, even if it is Rome, New York, or somewhere
or Rome, Italy,
away.
perhaps.
That's right. And we'll get there soon.
That's right.
Big credit to Brian Gagliard today, who's really kind of doing the heavy lifting behind the scenes. Tell you, he's the reason we can bring you this broadcast right now. If it wasn't for Brian, Mark and I would just be fumbling with 18 different wires and struggling to make connections. So.
That's right. There'd be no camera. You'd be looking at like clouds or something like that because we don't know what we're doing.
That's right. Brian is doing it all today and does a nice job on our pregame shows as well.
Oh, yeah.
So be sure to check those out.
Yeah, that kid's got some talent. I've watched a number of his pregame stuff, and the football in the fall, that stuff is absolutely fantastic. The stuff
just
that
fun.
It
makes it feel
really
like makes it feel like a big atmosphere here on Friday nights.
Exactly. I love the fact that the lights that they have up here now, and I know we've had them for a couple of years, but just again with the technology that. You wouldn't know the lights are on until you actually kind of like walk almost onto the field, right? Because it doesn't light up the entire neighborhood because everything is so directed now. But Friday night football up here is a lot of fun.
Oh, nice chance from Ronan Ryan, but another big save from McLeod.
That's a very pretty outlet too. Oh, what a terrific play!
Yep.
I'll tell you, it's like so. Villa, the captain, catches that one in stride and then just passes it right over to Lucas, his fellow long stick. Yep. Takes the hit for his troubles. Pulls the foul. You can see the flag sitting down there.
Yep. Yeah, he almost did a cartwheel trying to keep his balance there. 15 seconds.
15,
see if they can get a goal here to close out the third quarter.
Oh, wow. Nice job. I mean, you got Smith right there on the doorstep. I think Smith was kind of surprised to see it, and I think Sweeney was surprised to see it. So, now, according to the clock, there's 8 seconds left here in the third quarter. The last time we did this, both teams just walked off the field.
Right.
So I'm not saying it's the end of the third quarter, and I'm not saying there's 8 seconds left. But no one's moving, so I'm going to say there's 8 seconds left.
Yep.
So let's see what, kind of big here for the Mustangs to keep this where it is. So they'll.
It doesn't seem to be much urgency.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to wait, say, hey, we'll reset up here for the fourth quarter with the man advantage, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
All right, 14-7, Mark. It's been right where it's been this whole time.
Yeah. A good solid outing, I think. A solid third quarter there by the Mustangs. I keep coming back to, T.J. Wyman's play thus far. It just, again, he's not, on the score sheet, right? Mm-hmm. But it's the little things that he has been doing. The possession, the wherewithal that once you get over into the offensive zone, you're stopping, you're looking for the man, you're making sure that the Mustangs have possession, and you're getting yourself off so they can get that extra attacker on. And just, it's to me, it's the small stuff like that that I think is really, really impressive for somebody like TJ in terms of how well he's playing today.
So the Mustangs will talk things over and get ready for the fourth quarter. Been right in this the whole time. Coach John Lockhead, a first-year head coach for soccer too. Now, soccer was John's sport. I believe that's what he played in college through Walpole.
Yep.
So he's stepping up and kind of filling the void here for Norwood after the team was in the collaboration with Dedham. Tell you, Mark, I was looking at the coaches list earlier. 7 of 9 spring coaches, I believe, teachers within the district. So always
Love
nice
that.
to see the
Love
staff
that.
getting
Yes,
involved outside
exactly.
too. We've
Yep.
got a great staff here.
Yeah. You know,
And,
I mean, all of the folks up here, the teachers up here, the athletic staff, and all that. You know, I mean, you yourself, you've been involved with the volleyball and all of that, and obviously all the work that you do with NCM. In your air quote spare time, right?
There you go.
Now you've got you've got the little one and the puppy and all that,
yes.
and yet still the
we got a full house right now.
so this might be some nice quiet time for Joe.
There we go.
But as it gets warmer, we expect her on air. I mean, she is what, 5 months old. I mean,
I'm hoping if
we could
Tuesday we get some
probably-
good weather.
Oh.
We've discussed it, so
We'll get her a little small set of headphones.
that's it.
That would be fantastic.
She was
can-
watching some basketball over the winter with the NCM future announcer shirt.
Oh,
so.
she has no choice. She has no choice.
That's right.
Oh, and just like that, while we are regaling tunes of future announcers, the Holliston is able to get that one 10 seconds in here into the fourth quarter to extend it to 15-7.
They're scoring quick.
Yeah, I think that's twice that's happened. Whether was the third quarter they scored 9 seconds in, so it's a little.
And so
A little
I
faster.
think that was Drew O'Neill, if I'm seeing that right, number 12. You can go back and check. Obviously, we don't quite have the replay set up to do that today, but if so, that's at least 2 goals today for O'Neill. We say at least because the last one was a little bit tough to attribute as well.
Once that sun, I would say, dips behind a cloud, it gets things a little easier. But then I
Yeah,
see the
there we
cloud moving away. It will be back blinding us here.
Nice job by Chastanet getting it on the ground there. Can they scoop it up with the long stick? Try to kick it away was Ryan Valeri there.
Well,
And
Valeri's
he
coming
comes
up
in.
hobbling on that. I
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
does not look
that
great.
does not look good at all.
He's going to draw a penalty. It's a very late flag
Yeah.
coming in. And the referee, I think, decided that was a little bit too much for him. Valeri went right to the sideline when that happened. So we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I don't know if that was an ankle or what that was. That it's tough with the long stick to try to scoop those ground balls, especially if it's getting closer to your feet, right? I mean, it's easy if you've got distance and you can kind of scoop it with a longer stick, or if you're an attack or a midi, you've got the shorter stick, and the ground balls that are closer to you are a little easier.
That's why he was almost trying to kick it away from him, saying,
exactly.
like, get further away,
That's
then
right.
I can
Now
scoop
so I
you
can
up.
use my stick. But it actually looks like the Mustangs, so the penalty was actually on Valeri.
Yeah,
So adding insult to injury.
that's right. I thought maybe he sold something on
Yeah,
Holliston.
yeah.
But the referee maybe took an extra
So
second
maybe
to
it was
think
the
about
kick,
it and
right,
decided, you know
you're-
what?
You can't do that.
No.
So
All right, so we did see the kick, and we did attribute it. And we just kind of rolled with it up here.
that's right. We were kind of hoping, like, oh, that's a solid play. Look at that. Oh, no.
It's been an eventful 30 seconds, Mark, to start this fourth
I was
quarter.
gonna
Already
say.
a Holliston goal and a penalty on Norwood. Not a good 30 seconds for the Mustangs.
So Mustangs will be a man down, and then they'll have to sit the man down again as they have the second penalty.
Yep. Nice job by Sam Sweeney again. Sweeney's been really good off the
Yeah.
bench and goal. He's been tasked in some couple of tough spots here. Yeah, now taking on 2 guys.
Yeah.
Nice work by Jack Forbush.
Yeah, you're burning some time. A terrific job with 30 seconds left in the man advantage. So not quite sure what that call was. Either that
Yep.
they didn't.
Something
about
off
possession.
ball as
Yeah,
Haynes was
yeah.
really moving on in. Yeah, there's that long stick
Yeah.
issue that you were just talking about.
Nice job by Conley, though, to
Yep.
get that. Now, again, you just want to kind of try to burn off these
Oh.
last 10 seconds.
That's a long, dangerous pass there, and Holliston is going to have to hurry if they want to capitalize on this man advantage here.
That's a long run
Yep.
for Greenberg. And he's going to have to hoof it all the way
Yep.
back.
He's
just
going to the
he's
wrong
going-
sideline
That's
here.
right. He's like everybody off, and they switch the short midi, and they also throw in another long stick.
Back to even strength, though. Good news for the Norwood defense.
Oh, matter of fact, speak of Charlie Lansdale stepping in at number 45, so It's a good thing Grandma did tune in, so she will get to see her grandson play.
That's right.
Quick transition here. That's a great little job there as Ryan. But he's, boy, he
found
split
some
that
room.
Fantastic job.
Norwood had a little bit of a chance there. They almost had a little hurry to their offense at that time there.
Well, Valeri did a nice job, I think, of splitting that defense, and then they just didn't have any extra help as the defense absolutely collapsed down right on top of them. So 9:29 left, 15-7 Holliston.
So Valeri doesn't seem any worse for the wear. Nice to see him back in there after he was hobbling pretty good a couple minutes ago.
So Smith will start up top. See, and again, nice job defensively. If you can kind of like bother the midi there, bother Smith, stick on stick.
Yep.
He tries to make, the pass across there. I think he was trying to get to McGilligut, and just because he was being checked, there wasn't much that he could do, and that pass goes out of bounds, and Mustangs can take it. Object right here is just to try to take this in as Lynch gets it in. Now just settle it down here and kind of work yourselves around.
McDougal's got 2 goals today, so he's one to watch for Norwood, looking to get that hat trick. Lynch had to go all the way back to get that ground ball.
You got to start to get some cutters moving through here. Too many guys just kind of standing still right now. When we've seen a couple times where there's a case in point where we've seen Lynch's goals.
Yep.
You could tell he was going to take that shot.
Yep.
And I think on that last one right there, I don't think he wanted to, but there really wasn't much movement. And the hard part was that maybe the Norwood offense is thinking, Lynch is just going to kind of go. So everyone was kind of like flat-footed on that last offensive exchange.
It's almost like if you're not expecting the pass, then
exactly.
you're thinking it's never going to come to you, and you get caught off guard when it does.
All right, so let's see if the Mustangs can regroup here and get this back.
You got to hurry. It's getting a little bit bigger. 8 goals now and only 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, and if I'm Holliston right now, kind of that same thing. I'm going to work myself around. I'm going to burn a little time off the clock. Oof. Wow.
All we can say about Ty Smith on that one, he's up to 6 goals now.
Yikes. Wow, that kid is a player.
And I'm even double checking this. They have it listed. Ty Smith, he's a freshman.
Yep.
And I tell you, that means that this Holliston team, we've talked about how good they currently are, but between Anastasia and the face-off and Smith being able to get in there as a freshman and score 6 against a Norwood defense that's been playing pretty tough today, that bodes really well for this team, even though they're losing a couple upperclassmen.
Yeah, McLeod being there, they'll have to replace goalie, but I think their other goalie might, be an underclassman, if not a freshman.
Yeah, Sawyer Kelly is listed as a freshman on our list, so perhaps he's getting some reps in practice.
Right.
We didn't really get to see a lot of the Holliston team before the game.
So 7:30 left, 16-7 Holliston.
Yeah, we've gotten to see a whole lot of the Holliston offense. Anastasius goes off.
Looks like there's that Owen Mancini, number 19, there on the far side.
That's
a couple of guys that, kind of that same thing.
We've got number 4, Pierce Duncan, back in. We've seen Pierce, a junior, a little bit here.
It was funny. I saw Landon Diaz come in, and again, wearing that number 1.
Save.
He sprinted in.
Yep.
From the far side. I go, yep. That's a
number
solid,
1 for
that's
you.
a number
right?
1 for you. Yep. Smaller guy, but they just have wheels.
Yep.
And Diaz was in the play before I think folks could even kind of match up with him. So
yeah, he's in there right now, just right in that middle of the field there. Now taking a couple steps back, maybe he heard us not trying to sneak in.
That's right.
Yeah, Holliston doesn't have the same guys on their offense all the time. They keep mixing things up. Smith is out there. Sorry. Yeah, they can go to anybody. No McGillicut right now, who's been kind of their catalyst.
Well, it was interesting, too, because earlier Smith had found himself down, kind of quarterbacking at the X position behind the net, kind of where Diaz is right now, who's looking out front.
Nice pass.
Great check.
And a good scoop there. I think that's number 17, John Wallington.
Oh, here we go.
Here's Wyman.
There he is.
Come on. Come on. There he goes.
Come on, take it all the way. Take it all the way, TJ. Oh, nice stick.
Takes it all. It's a good idea and a decent shot.
Fantastic idea. I mean, that was, again, he's just so impressive athletically.
Yep.
he comes across, that's a long run. That's a
Yeah.
long run. And then to be able to kind of switch hands as you're cutting through and still get the shot off. That's a great little run there by TJ. But I was just saying earlier, in terms of watching
big
someone
hit
like
there.
Smith. Oof.
Yeah, that's going to draw a flag. That was number 24, Kickless, who kind of came out there and almost went flying. And that's going to send somebody on Holliston off, I got to imagine. We see Diaz going off right now.
Trying to see exactly what they're matching up here. Oh, it's actually drawing conversation with two referees there. So we'll look across here. Just about 6 minutes left. We'll see if they can kind of straighten this one out.
And Norwood's been playing him tight. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Holliston was almost about to get 6 on the field there. We'll wait for the scoreboard update. There it is. It is David Villa, Holliston's captain, who's going to be serving the 1-minute penalty here. It was a good chance for Norwood as Kickless came in there very close to the goal, and he almost got body checked out of midair.
It's funny, defensively, you kind of have to walk that fine line in terms of being able to put a body on somebody, which is, a legit play, and
Right.
then if it's anything, almost above and beyond that. So it's one of those, terrific.
Great chance.
Great cut, terrific save. Oh, we were talking about, Sawyer Kelly now, number 31. We were talking about the freshman goaltender.
Yep.
I think they've swapped out goalies
He's in there.
here. So, and just like that, he
And
makes the
makes
save
another
on the
save.
first one there. Just when you think, well, maybe we've got a shot, in a couple years, because nope, Holliston's going to have himself a terrific goalie. So here's Lansdale right here.
Nice scoop by
Nice
him.
scoop. He's still able to hold on to it, trying to find some room.
He does.
And he does. What a terrific play there by the freshman.
I don't know how he saw Smith there. Kind of a look in the other direction
Yeah.
and threw that pass up. Good awareness from Lansdale.
Terrific job. I know he has been part of the youth program in Holliston. He's got a couple siblings that play. His father is a coach in the youth program, so apple not falling far from the tree there is Lansdale getting some time in here as the freshman.
So we're going to be hearing a lot of his name as
I
well
think so.
in a number of
exactly.
years.
Jeez.
Holliston's just got horses here.
Yep. Oh,
Sweeney kind of jumped and
jumping
turned
it.
his back to it, and I think he made the save on that.
I'm
Denied Pierce Duncan.
we're definitely giving him the credit for the save
Yeah.
on that. Just as long as it doesn't go in, a save is a save.
Yep. Tyler Sikola started the game at keeper for Norwood, but this one, very little chance there.
So 4:30 left. That increases the lead now, 17-7.
First time I think Holliston's been in double digits today, so things are slipping away for Norwood even more so than they were earlier.
Looking across here again defensively, we do note that Sawyer Kelly has come in to take goalie there for the Panthers. Looks like Evan Scarmella has moved in defensively in the long stick, another freshman, 44.
Yep.
So yeah, if you're Coach Mulvaney, you're in a good spot here to kind of give some of your freshmen, some playing time.
Osahagian kind of popped that up. And who else? TJ Weinman to find the loose ball.
better watch
Look
right
at
by-
this,
yeah.
closing in. Went to Diaz, not
Yep.
making it easy
Yep.
on TJ.
That's right. I mean, and I think TJ wasn't quite expecting that, and Diaz just didn't, missed him by a step.
Yeah, he just got over the line in time. McDougal doing some work now. Yeah, Mancini is in there as a freshman. I think I saw Kellen Dietz, a junior, getting in there for Holliston.
Nice job there by Kelly. Kind of take possession, slow it down, find the man right up there in the middle. Yeah, you look like somebody, in terms of Grady Lucas there, the defenseman number 24, put himself in the right spot. Right. Just find some open field, and to Kelly's credit as a freshman goaltender, slow down, found the open man, and then just like that, you're back on the the offensive side of the field here.
So a new look offense a little bit for Holliston. Haynes is still out there. Haynes is the one to watch right now. He's got some shot, and he's got it right now. Good shove there from Thomas Lynch.
They tried kind of like that jump pass there to Roby. And
Roby almost tried to bat it down
bat
like
it
it was
out
a
of the air.
baseball.
It's interesting, Coach Mulvaney has been kind of, rotating some of his defense to bring some of the freshmen. But I think, collectively, he's still kind of running that same core that we've seen offensively. I did see that Devin Harden, the senior, number 7, had jumped in offensively for a little bit.
Yeah, Harding looked actually really comfortable kind of running that
did.
offense. So I actually looked down at my sheet. We haven't seen much of Devin, and he's a senior.
Yep.
And that's not a surprise. You could tell he's kind of been with the program for a bit and comfortable in his role. So kudos to Devin on that. He's got the look of a solid player.
So 2:38 left here in the final frame, 17-7.
Hey, can we get to 10 here, Mark? Maybe
Ooh, that
put
would
up
be.
some
I'll
double
tell you,
digits.
you get 3 goals in 2.5. That would be a pretty snazzy finish.
That would get
for
the
the
team feeling
Mustangs.
pretty good as
No
they
doubt.
think they're entering a couple of out-of-conference games maybe coming up to close the year. On the road, ending the season on a road trip. Interesting how the schedule kind of shook out for them.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting. Oh, wow, another terrific.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that one got through or not. Sometimes I was looking at Kelly. I thought he had already pulled that one down, but never got through.
Here's a long sprint. That's Harding. Whoa. All right.
He's looking for
Yep.
Sahagian just diving through.
Looks like Harding might have had a couple words with Billy Connolly and maybe just said, you know what, I'm getting tussled up, and just threw it to the other side of the field.
Enough of this.
Yep.
So under 2 minutes now here. Ball back to Sweeney. Sweeney will set it up. Here's a situation where maybe Sweeney can take off.
I thought he might.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do that, right?
He was taking it very calm, and maybe that was the chance to kind of dupe Holliston into coming into it. Oh, a nice scoop there. It was Ronan Ryan.
Oh, terrific look.
Let's get Wyman one here. Oh, he drives it just wide. Good opportunity from TJ.
Yeah. Terrific pass there, too, by Ryan, right?
Kind of looked like a highlight player in the middle of the field, the way he was slapping that one in.
So just about down to the final minute here. 17-7.
Oh, TJ's posted up in the middle. Let's see if he can use that size.
Once again, that was defensively ridden off really nicely without getting the foul, and then comes back and draws the fouls.
Yep, there's a
McLaren,
whistle.
Yeah, the freshman. He had made a nice defensive play initially, and then got a little over aggressive there on the second.
Yeah, that was Owen McDougall right on the doorstep for Norwood there, threatening. He's at 2 goals right now. Him and Ryan each have 2, looking to get a hat trick today. Okay, he batted out of the air. Kickless was right there.
Kickless was hoping that ball was going to drop back down and he could kind of swat it in, and then he got tied up with the defender. I think that was Scaramella on him. You can see the two of them are matched up there, 44 and 24.
Yep.
So final 45 seconds here. Last chance here for the Mustangs. See if they can put one in.
Good shot.
TJ's determined at this juncture to try to get himself one, but I don't think it's going to happen here.
Nice save there by Sawyer Kelly for Holliston. So not only got the save, but didn't give up the rebound.
Working all the way through the end here defensively. Collective groan from the fans.
They wanted Sahagan.
That's Sahagian's parents were kind of hoping for that last goal.
Yep, and there's Diaz. Look at this.
Well, let's see.
There's the long pass from Sweeney with about 8 seconds to go. And the no look.
That's almost kind of like the Christian Leitner type pass.
Yep.
All right. That's too bad. I thought for sure that maybe TJ was going to wind up with that when he wasn't able to.
Caleb Greenberg just getting in the way.
Oh, that's too bad. But, I'll tell you, you look at that final score, 17-7, and at one point it's 17-1. I'm sorry, it was 7-1. It better not have been 17-1.
Yeah, no, not at all.
That would have been a little bit different. It's 7-1, early on, and, so then if you look at it that way, it's kind of a 10-7 final,
go.
time 10-6, whatever the math turns out to be. But, the Mustangs clearly could have found themselves just, throwing up that white flag at 7-1, and bit by bit worked themselves back. I think they really kind of worked very effectively in the face-off after the beginning. They really kind of started to put the man on. You got T.J. Wyman coming in off of the draw from the near side here, putting a body on the other center midi, and it wasn't as easy and smooth for Holliston after that.
Right.
So little things to kind of work on. Senior night here, congrats to the seniors there of Holliston, but certainly to the 5 that we had here for Norwood. But great careers for them. You kind of need some more numbers here for Norwood going forward, but at least we're holding our own team this year, which is kind of nice.
We have a team.
Yes.
Dedham has a team, and together they made one heck of a team the last couple of years.
They certainly did. Yeah.
But now they're kind of fending on their own as the programs continue to grow.
Exactly right. Well, it was great being back up here with you. It's been a
Absolutely,
while since
yeah.
we've done something. It's just like riding a bike. You never miss
That's
a beat.
it.
And we'll do
Well,
it again.
let's do it again next week.
If you're not doing anything on Tuesday, maybe we'll do some women's lacrosse. That sounds like
good.
a lot of fun. So for all of us here at NCM, your final again, 17-7 as Holliston Panthers beat your Norwood Mustangs. Hope you've had a great time this afternoon. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
Take care.